Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Pseudos Crochet and More. This is your host Crystal. Today, I do apologize that I did not get this out yesterday, so it's going to be a double video day today. I meant to get an update for you guys on the month-long sale with Premier Yarns, so I'm going to go ahead and do that today with you. They did get it updated. I did check before getting on here, and look at this, there's two ladies here crocheting or knitting. I'm not sure, but they got definitely a bunch of yarn and some cookies and flowers. Maybe they're celebrating Mother's Day together. I don't, Friends Day. So let's go ahead and go to sales, monthly deals, view all. Let's see what we got for this month of May, the month of May. Now, it still says that the anti-pilling is 20% off still, but that was supposed to be only for April, so I'm not sure if that will end on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, or if it'll end Monday, because it just doesn't seem like that should still be up there. But, you know, I don't know how they do that, if it ends like during the middle of a week, if they let it go for another week or not. But these are the new monthly deals. So we have the Cotton Fair, the Sport Cotton Fair 20% off, the Cotton Fair Worsted's 20% off. Now it looks like they've actually come out with, oh no, you know what, they did come out with new colors for, I think, for this one. Let's go ahead and check this one here. So, I think this is a whole new color palette. I'm not sure. I don't see any of them that are actually marked new. But it says new up here. They've had Cotton Fair Worsted for a while now, so I'm kind of confused on that part. But right now it's $4.79, normally $5.99. So if you like the Cotton Fair worsted yarn, right now is a good time to stock up on your favorite colors or restock your entire color palette for this yarn. Let's go back. We have the Premier Just Chenille cones, which this is going to be similar to, if you ever were able to get it at Dollar Tree, it's going to be the same thing, only on a cone and a lot more on there, obviously. They are 15% off right now. It is a web exclusive. They're normally $19.99. They are $16.99 right now, so you're saving $3. I don't know why it says $2.99, because it says $19.99. Yeah, I guess it's the algorithm that comes up with it. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of chenille yarns, but as I opened my box last week, I did get some of the Neon Brights, I think, in a couple different, two different colors. I'm still not sure what I'm going to make with them. We have the Premier Just Yarn Value, which is it's shy of, I think, a pound. Let me make sure I'm correct on that. This one is also 15% off. This was something that they did at, well, it's not exactly the same because it's the value. They did a special with Dollar Tree for $5 a thing for 1 pound skeins, which I'm currently using my white one for the blanket that I'm working on. But these ones have, I think, just shy of 1 pound in them. They're a value because it's like you're getting two things of it for the price of, you're getting two for a better price in one, as if you were to get two of the smaller basic worsted. So they're normally $8.99. They're currently $7.64 right now. They have 875 yards or 800 meters. It's 14 ounces, which, like I said, just shy of 1 pound, or 400 grams. It is 100% acrylic. They are sold out of a couple colors, so if you really like this yarn, I would suggest stocking up on it while you can. I'm not trying to encourage everybody to buy, but if this is one of them that you like, it's like I guess you could say it's more or less like the little skeins that they offered at Dollar Tree, but in a bigger quantity. Because those were like 100 and some yards, I think. I can't remember. I used to buy them when I needed something quick. But the Dollar Tree by me no longer they don't carry any yarn. Not that I've seen. Except for the ones that were the $5. That was it. I've never seen any other yarn in their store. They do have a craft aisle. They've got a bunch of crafty stuff, but no yarn. And it might be because they just didn't sell it because they're right next to Walmart. So Walmart has yarn. Why would they do that? But the one that I used to go to was right across the street from a Walmart. A little further down from it, but still within proximity to the Walmart. So I'll never understand Dollar Tree. Then why they carry some things at some stores and not at the others, but whatever. It is what it is. Alright, so there's more of that. Let's go ahead and see what else we got here. And then we have the Just Yarn Ombre, which I don't think this was ever at Dollar Tree, but it's the same line that Dollar Tree carried. Maybe they were thinking about letting them try it. I don't know. If you know, you can let me know in the comment section. They have sold out of quite a bit of these. They are 15% off. That is a web exclusive, so maybe they were going to and they decided not to. It's up in the air. I do have one of these I got when it was a clearance color. They are also they're normally $8.99 and they're now $7.64 as well. Let me go ahead and click on it and see how many colors they actually have in stock. Alright, there we go. So I do believe the Violet Ombre was it was a purple. It was a purple that I got. I just don't remember which purple because they clearanced out a couple of colors. So we have Salmon Ombre available, Turquoise Ombre, Sea Glass Ombre, Teal Ombre, which I think that and that purple would go good together, just my opinion. Violet Ombre, Butterscotch Ombre, Mustard Ombre, Rust Ombre, and that's it. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 colors currently available right now. Now this does not state once they're sold out. Once they're gone, they're gone. So if you liked this yarn, if you've tried this yarn and like it, again, if you have the opportunity to, it's a great time to stock up on them. Because, it's just a nice time to get stocked up on your yarns. And I have enough yarn right now. When I get down in my stock, when I've started using up more of it, I will start buying more Premier yarns. I do have Lion Brand and Yarnspiration, of course, but for me, I would prefer Premier yarns be locally available everywhere. Walmart, Target, you name it. I think it's a better quality yarn, and I haven't had as much trouble with it as I have with other yarns. Now, I do have some big twist yarn too, but apparently that might be still something you can get from Michaels or Hirschner's or Mary Maxim. But Premier Yarns is my favorite yarn company. Just wish they carried it more places. Alright. And then we have a box of Just Yarn, 12 of them. Now, you can buy a box of any of the colors. It's 20% off right now. They're normally $15 for the 12, but right now you can get them for basically $1 a piece, which that's how I started getting it, was $1 a piece at Dollar Tree. And they've got quite a bit of different colors to choose from. Maybe they stopped selling this at Dollar Tree? I don't know. I'd have to go to another Dollar Tree to see if they carry it. Otherwise, why would they? Yeah, all sales final. So if you really like this yarn, now this is a great price. I know it seems like a lot, but it is a great price because now it's like $1.25 or more. If your local Dollar Tree still carries this, this is more than $1 now. And each one has 50 grams, 60 meters per ball, which I think is like 112 yards, if I'm not mistaken. It's a little over 100 yards of it per thing. So if you get 12, if you get a box of 12 of all these colors, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different colors. If you get one box of all of those, you have enough to make a big project, little projects, you name it. I mean, it is a little bit on the thinner side of a 4-weight than the Premier Basic worsted. So that is something to take into consideration, but it's still a really good yarn. And if you know somebody that really likes this yarn, what a great surprise. All right, let's go back. Okay. Now we have Cotton Fair Bulky, a bag of 6 for 6, or bag of 3. Wow, bag of 6. No, bag of 3. For $6, so they're $2 a piece, which is a really good price. Let's go ahead and see here if this is all sales are final, because then we know it's on clearance. Yep, all sales are final. So they're coming out with a new palette color for this, or this didn't take off as well as they thought it would. So if you like the thicker cotton, this is a blend of a cotton acrylic, so this is more of not kitchen cotton. This is more wearables or baby blankets, things like that. And that's a really good deal too. They're $2 a piece. They were $3 a piece. They knocked off $1 for each one of them. And they have let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 colors available. So if you really like Cotton Fair and you like the bulkier yarn, not a bad deal. Not a bad deal at all, because I think this yarn may have been around $3 when it came out. Maybe a little bit more than $3, so getting it for $2 a piece, that's a really good, in my opinion, that's a good deal. And if you've never tried it, even still, that's a good price to even for trying it. Get a couple colors, try it out, and come back if you like it before it's gone. Or you like it and they come out with a new palette, because they did that with the afternoon cotton, the mercerized cotton. All right, on to the last one here. This Just Chenille, same deal as this one. These are 20% off right now. They're $12 for 12, so $1 a piece, and you have your choice of all these colors. Plus 8 more, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 16 colors. Let's make sure none of them are sold out. Nope, none of them are sold out. Now this is another one that's good if you're an amigurumi maker and you like this style of yarn. By all means, that's a really good time to get it. And what does this one look like? Aqua. Oh, okay. Now, I will say that I did make my nephew, he's not really blood related, but we call him our nephew, a blanket out of black and this red, I think it was the crimson, the red crimson. It was in the big things when Dollar Tree had the bigger skeins of Premier, and I got him black and red and made him a V-stitch blanket. I don't even know if it's still together. I was still learning at that point, but I will never, ever, ever make a V-stitch blanket again with that type of yarn. And I don't even know if I would make a blanket period with that type of yarn in the future, because it is very picky, finicky, and he had cats back then, so cat, and we never declawed the cats. We felt that was not right to do. We only did that on one of our cats, maybe two. One of our cats, because we had to move back with my parents for a little bit, and it was required she had to be declawed, which my husband didn't want to do, but we had to do it, so we did. And all the cats we've had after that, we never got them declawed. So I don't know if it started doing that, what they call worming, because I know that can happen with this type of yarn, or if it started falling apart because the ends, I didn't hide them well enough, like secure them well enough, and when he washed it, it kind of started like fraying. I know he still has it, but I really need to make him a new blanket, because those are really not his colors either. I mean, he appreciated it, because that was when I was making blankets for before I started making blankets for everybody in my family. I know story time, even though I'm talking about Premier Yarns, but I mean, some people love that yarn, and that's great. So if you do, or if you're somebody who wants to try it, this would be a great way. And if you don't like it, you can always donate it or try to sell it, or whatever have you. But for me, chenille yarn is not my yarn. I still have some of that left, because I think I grabbed all of that I had there. That was like 2 black, maybe 2 red. I know they had more of one over the other, and I only paid $5 for it. It was like the biggest skein you could get for chenille, because it wasn't marked just chenille. It was marked. Let's go ahead here. Yarns. Chenille yarn. Let me just pull it up here. No. Because this one, these ones here, I think, are a little bit better than what they had when I first started crocheting. Oh, that's Bloom. That's Parfait XL. It was Parfait. No, it wasn't. It was chenille. Yeah, I don't see the ones I'm looking for. Okay. All right. Well, that's okay. But yeah, they had them there. I think it was the Parfait. It was Parfait, but it wasn't like the Parfait that they have now. It was more like the chenille that you would get in, like the Just Chenille, or in the in this box here. So there are the current monthly deals. It says all monthly deals. So I will keep an eye on this when we do next week's update for the weekly sales, to see if anything's been added or removed, so you guys have an update on that as well. So you can also save Bloom yarn. Bloom yarns are 25% off right now. That's all Bloom. Bloom Chunky, DK, Chenille, Chunky Big. So this is another sale that's going on. I don't think this was in the Wednesday's video for the weekly sales. So Embrace Spring Flowers, save 25% off all Bloom Yarn Shop now. So, and if you like Bloom, no matter which way you like it, it is 25% off right now. I have a bunch of a bunch of this. I really need to figure out what to do with it. Let me see what they have below, because I have the Bluebell. They had them on clearance at Hobby Lobby way back when, 2022 maybe. Yeah, I think I got some of that from 2022 before I moved to Virginia. I bought a bunch of them because they were like, oh my gosh, I think less than $1. I wish Hobby Lobby would bring back some of the Premier yarns, but it seems like there's only like a little section where it's not Hobby Lobby branded yarn, and I don't mind that, but with losing Joann's, and not everybody has Michael's or Hobby Lobby or even a Walmart that's close to them, and they have to drive out to get this stuff. But nevertheless, it would be nice if one of the two craft stores, Hobby Lobby or Michael's, would bring back some of the Premier yarns, because even Michael's used to carry some Premier yarns. When Hipster Cotton, when it came out with the color changing one, they had that there, but they don't have Premier yarns like they used to either. Okay, back to this. Alright, so there's a knit, I don't knit, there's a crochet, pull over, Blooming Panels knit blanket, crochet. See, I don't think I have enough to do this, the hexagon. Let me see. I'm just going to look here. I do like this, the hexagon, but I don't know if I have enough of the skeins to do this. Yeah, you need 8. And right now it's $3.74 per thing. But if you have the bigger ones, so I have the ones with the 109 yards, which is the one that I'm looking at. So if you need 8 of them, 109 times 8. You need 872 yards of Bloom Chunky for it. And I know I don't think I have. I might have close to it, so I might still be able to do that, but it'll be just a smaller blanket. Might do that. If I decide to do that, I'll let you guys know, but right now I'm working on that blanket, and if you saw my Wednesday unboxing, you did get to see a sneak peek of that. If you haven't checked that video out, please go ahead and check that video out and see what I've been working on. I have just started the second half of the blanket this morning, because I've just finished the full first color set, and then now I'm repeating that. And then I'm going to test it to make sure it's wide enough for me as a blanket. Again, it will be a tutorial on the channel. I will also have the pattern available on my website to purchase. If you'd like to have that to go along with the video, I will have that available before the video is actually released. So you'll have that to go with me. So if you're confused about how to do certain rows and things, because it's not, as I mentioned before, it's not a standard chevron. You're working the length of the blanket to the width of the blanket instead of the width of the blanket to the height of the blanket. So it is a little bit backwards, and it's not your typical repeat, so having the pattern might help, especially if my camera doesn't want to pick up on how to do certain rows, because each row is going to be different from the last one. So not totally, it'll just start and end a little differently. And if you're interested in following along with me on that, I'm going to show you the yarns that I'm using right now. I'll do that. So you guys, if you want to go ahead and get the yarn now, that's fine. If you want to wait until after you see the video, that's fine too. I will also provide this information at another point to let you know again what yarns I used, how many I needed, how many you'll need, what yarn I used, how much I used, and if there's any other information about the pattern. So let me go ahead here and yarns. Okay, where is, that's weird. Huh, okay. Alright, so we'll go here. Alright. Oh, come on. You can't be, no. Alright, so let me just do this. Alright, okay, so I guess it's still probably underneath the new. Yeah, it's still underneath the new. Okay, so for the colors, you'll need one of every one of these colors, so you'll need 6 altogether. Now, if you want to just do it in one specific color, you can. You don't have to use all 6, but I think it looks really good with all 6 colors. So you'll need 1 yellow, 1 solar yellow, 1 fire orange, 1 power pink, 1 electric violet, 1 atomic lime, and 1 blue voltage. And then yarns. All right, and then for the other colors, you'll need Premier Basic worsted in black. You'll need at least, for the size I'm doing, you're probably going to need at least 8 of them. If you want to choose a different darker color, you can. Just make sure that you have at least 8 skeins, or let's see. Okay, or 2,872 yards of another color. And I will put all this information again when I do the tutorial. It will also be included with the pattern. You'll need white, and I would suggest, because you don't use a whole lot of white, for right now, until I know exactly how much I've used, because again I'm still using all of this. You'll need to get at least 4 white, because it's going to be part of the border. Well, it's going to be the border plus. It'll be in the blanket as well. It's not just the border, it's part of the blanket as well. Now, if you don't want to get the basic worsted black and white, I would still suggest getting the white. You can do a different darker color if you want to do dark, like a gray or anything like that. That's fine if you have trouble seeing with black yarn. It's not everybody's favorite yarn to use, but when you see what it looks like done, you may change your mind. That's just my thought. All right, let me go back. If you want to help with cost, if you want to, save on cost because the black, you do need quite a bit of it, you could get, instead of that, you could get the value yarn, as long as those colors are in there, which I do believe they are. And right now, they're on sale, so, for 764. The black, and this one has 875 yards. So you would only need, okay, you would need a little bit more than three of these. And for the white, I said 4 times 3, 59. Okay, equals divided by 875. So if you do it with the value, you'd need 2 of the white and 4 of the black, because you're using it's a bigger stitch also for the black. I'm using double crochet for the black and single crochet for the white. So just keep that in mind when you're looking. And I will put all of this information out before I actually do the tutorial. So if you want to get your yarn, if you already have your yarn, that's fine. If you want to use a different company's yarn, that's fine too. But I am using Premier Basic worsted for the black, just 1 pound, which I got from Dollar Tree for the white, and then the neons from the basic neon worsted, 1 of each color. So, all right. Well, now that I've told you all that, and we went over I hope you stuck around for this part. If not, that's okay. I will provide this information again before I do, like maybe a week before I do the tutorial. I will provide this information again, so you guys have enough time to get the yarn, the colors, all that. And you can make it your own. You could use other colors. You could use not the neons, but you could use, bright colors from the basic yarn. My dog just started barking. Alright, I'm going to cut it off at this. I need to find out what the heck's going on. Alright, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you enjoy my content and haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe and then the notification bell so you're always aware of when I put out new content. Until next time, I hope you all stay safe, stay warm or cool, and happy crocheting. Bye-bye.